All right, the entertainment industry is so vast, from before the camera or microphones as an on-air person to the massive population and players behind the scene. Together, the entertainers showcase talent, artistry, razzmatazz, and creativity to bring entertainment and fun. Joining us right now is an unapologetic enthusiast of the African culture and entertainment industry. Our guest is very passionate about what he does, and is equipped with vast knowledge in African entertainment. With many years of experience in radio and television, to artist management, Mr. Soul, as he is popularly known, is also a major player in public relations and general brand consultancy. With over 15 years portfolio of service, we present to you on the show today Mr. Kinyele Soulchild, a content creator, PR strategist, and entertainment social pop culture analyst. How are you?
Oh, that was a roller.
How is this cold now on a day like this?
Come on, I woke up and I lost my voice. I couldn't smell anything in my room. There's so much fragrances that I have in my room.
Really?
So I said, man, I must make it today. So I started using everything. Everybody drink this, drink
so
that.
we'll help you. We'll help you find your voice.
I better.
Yeah. And it's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
You're here to help us unpack building a successful career in entertainment and public relations, selling artists, and also managing talent. So let's get at it, shall we?
I'm always ready for
right.
this conversation.
So, Helen?
So what inspired you? Let's start from the basic, the very foundation. What inspired you to pursue a career in entertainment, public relations, and pop culture analyst? In fact, what is pop culture analyst?
All right, so let me start with inspiration. Funny enough, I went back to the source where all of this creativity started for me yesterday. I was in Aguda Sulere, and I posted a picture of my old wood on my WhatsApp. Everybody was, wow, really? You lived here, you stayed here, did you really live here? Did you really know this dark green? Did you really know these guys? Did you guys really live together? And I was laughing like, yeah, you guys just thought I from nowhere showed up and I'm doing this thing. It's a process thing. So I was, as a young kid, from a family of educated people, I mean, it's not going to be your way into your future because they want you to be a doctor, a lawyer, or maybe one of those overrated professions in the world. But because I grew up as a very creative child, sing at the church, dance, I mean, write, do a lot of creative things as a kid. So I've always known that this is my way to go. But I mean, we have to do the parent thing also. Listen to them, go to school, get a certificate for them, and maybe come back to your life.
Get a certificate for them.
And then come back to your real thing that you want to do for yourself. And so I found myself going through all that patch, but I still never went far away from entertainment, being a creative. So, I mean, I started as an artist, by the way. Made music, my music as big as West Africa, large, but it was still not accepted by my parents. So my kid brother told me, you know, you could do something else that still keeps you in the business, in the industry. Like what? Said, manage artists. You're so vast in this thing. You know this thing very well. You know more than most of these artists in the business, or even self-acclaimed execs and industry heads. Go into management, and maybe you come off like a bigger thing for the parents to accept you because they don't want you to be seen on screen, singing music, jumping up on stage. They don't think that's what they believe is going to be a cool future for you. So that's how I ventured into management. And all
yeah, I even see it. I even see it more than venturing. I think you're now a certified navigator. Right?
And I've been navigating all my life.
Yeah. So tell us, how do you navigate the balance between maintaining an artist's public image and authenticity? Because authenticity is very key.
I think being a creative is not far from reality. A lot of times we grow up with seeing movies, fictional movies, real life stories, book written by people. They make into music, they make into movies. And I'll tell you that the ones that resonate more are the ones that people can experience, not the ones that they create like they will say I want to talk the Marvel movies. I don't think these things are real. The superheroes they are not so real.
Yeah, they also have their place.
But you see those stories that you can relate to, the Blood Diamond story of the Sierra Leone, people fighting for their life and all that. These are some things that resonate more because people experienced it, people can connect to the stories.
Yeah.
Also in music too, people that do content and make music that can experience their personal experiences, which definitely 100 millions of people also are going through that patch also that struggle in life too, can relate to. So the authenticity of being a creative is just being real. So just tell your stories, and because that's the only thing that even comes easy, to tell something that's real that you're experiencing, not something that you're creating from somewhere that you don't even really connect to, but because somebody, like they say, they ghostwrite for you, and maybe not that's how you feel, but you have to deliver it and sound perfect on that somebody else's story. But when it's your own story, the emotions are always intact. The feelings are always connectable. I'll give an example. When the video started his career, he came up with this song. He said, "Back when I was broke." Nobody connected to that because you're a rich kid. We know your father. We know your story. But when he came out and said, Emma Damiduru and Babalo, it was so easy for people to connect to because we know your father is rich. So this now you. Not that one you said you were broke. You were never broke, son. You were never broke, son. So it has to be real. You have to be authentic, and not even because the people that will buy you are going through that patch of life, but they know that you're telling your story, so they connect to it easily. So that's how I think creatives need to see being a creative. Be very real. Tell your story. You'll be so shocked that hundreds of millions of people in the world are going through that same thing you're going through in your small corner in your house. So why don't you just be real, tell the story, and see who connect to it.
All right, so you're here to help us with how to sell artists and talents. So you meet someone who is talented, you know. How do you help that person find himself, you know, to become a successful artist?
So for a long time, me and my old colleagues before the IGs, before the social medias, always said this thing: everything about the industry, the music industry, entertainment industry is bigger than talent. You have to have ethics, you have to be professional, you have to have personalities, you have to understand, you have to be very educated to know these things. And so I always tell people, start with your talent. Yes, that's your introduction, but what keeps you there for as long as you hear other people, other big brands have been there for many years, the Kick Sonia days, the Wasiu Anyi days, even the Two-Face, even the Whiskey, who are the recent generation of big names in the industry. What has kept them there is the knowledge of the business. So talent is just an introduction for a lot of these kids, and because they say everybody's talented. There's not one person who was not given one talent to come to earth with. It that depends on how you use it. And if you want to go by talent, then everybody should be a superstar. Then that means there's more to just doing this thing called entertainment and being popular and using talent. So I always give them times when they tell me, I'm very talented. Yeah, you know I'm talented too. Have you heard me sing? Do you know how I carry myself in public? So do you have all that going on for you? Because it's bigger than just say I'm talented. Anybody can be talented, but it takes a very special character to be an icon, to be a legend in anything you're doing in life.
So, really,
music, business, anything, you have to be really educated. You have to have more than just talent or skills.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and you're right. You're right. Okay, so Mr. Soul.
Yes, sir.
We all know you. Mr. Soul here, Mr. Soul there. Definitely, there's a lot of experience behind this. Would you want to share maybe one, maybe two memorable success stories from your career where your PR strategies have significantly impacted on the trajectory of the...
So I really like to be awkward when questions like that.
Modest?
I would rather say one that I suggested and the artist refused to take, and they have to pay for it in their career, not taking that advice or not going that route. So I started my management journey with Sam Clef. I was his first manager.
Who's that?
Sam Clef.
Sam Clef.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sam Clef, the producer. And I remember back then, we were just young people who love what we do as creatives, and we don't have any other options because we're not going to work in the bank. We're not going to work in corporate entities. We just want to be creative, be free, and make money and make everybody happy. And it worked for all of us because back then, I remember we went from just being a trenches producer, kids, and manager and talent guys. We made a Whiskey album, a Superstar album, which was big. It was the introduction of whiskey to the industry. And it started for everybody. Sam Clef made his own big hit also to Molo Noni and all of that. And everything was going smoothly. We were all working together. I remember there was one decision he made that I advised him against it, that turned his own career
Around.
to the place where he was not able to come back and balance again. So I think a whole lot of time, creatives, they are always in their own head of what they want to do.
Yeah.
So when people like us who think we can advise them to do better come to the picture, they kind of ask you, the question they first ask you is, if it's easy, why don't you do it for yourself? At least you're not as popular as I am. You're not as big as I am. But the problem what they don't understand in that is we are not, managers are not supposed to be seen as a competition to them as creative. We're supposed to be seen as guardian to them. So it's just like we're trying to fine-tune whatever it is that you're doing to be better.
Okay.
And we are bringing ideas, we're bringing the knowledge that we have as an executors to whatever it is you're trying to do. So a lot of times I think when it comes to ideas, a lot of creatives struggle to take ideas from people like us because they ask you, if it's that easy, be a superstar. If it's that easy, be as big as I am. If it's that easy, be on TV.
If you know it all,
have
why
fans,
you?
have 100 million followers, have 50 million followers, and then I can listen to you. But well, if you look into the world today, the biggest people who have made the biggest brands in the world, nobody knows them. Just always behind the scene in one small corner office, typing those memos, sending those emails, trying to call those meetings up to happen, creating schedules, creating those cost hats, raking out those money from sponsors, from the record labels, from everywhere the money should come out from, and also advising this talent to make moves like this, dress like this, talk like this, go this way, have a meeting with this person, date this person, do this stunt, make this kind of move, say this kind of stuff. It's controversial. Okay, you know what? Let's go quiet and make people taste hunger for you for a minute. Then you come back again with a monster song and they all shout, "Oh, he's back, he's back."
Wow,
So a whole lot of that is the work we do behind the scene. We are not supposed to be superstars. As soon as I see people in my industry, in my office of industry trying to be superstars, I know they are losing the essence of being managers because they're supposed to be behind the scene.
That's true,
And push this talent up front, not struggling, competing with them, being superstars like them also too. Because at the end of the day, this superstar thing comes with a lot of distractions. You don't want to be somewhere trying to make things work and you have people running over you because you're a superstar. Oh my God, that's Don Jazzy, that is. You want to be that guy that walks in a place and you do your job, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, your
But you
interest
mention
is
your
the
name
artist.
and say, "Yo, my name is
Your
Akele
interest is the
Socha."
artist.
Oh, you're the guy that manages this guy. Oh my God. Dude,
That's it.
let's move. Let the artist come with the razzmatazz. When he walks in, everybody's screaming, shouting, throwing their shirt at him or trying to die, but let the guys who want to do the job be less distracted.
Okay.
Focus on the work.
Great.
Awesome,
Great.
awesome. All right, so part of what we want to also do today is look at the PR angle of it. So how do you measure the success of a public relation campaign for an artist? You know, you talked about you're behind and you're looking ahead and beginning to say, do this, do that, do that. How does it play out?
I think the only way you can say a PR stunt or a PR strategy works these days is the community it brings back to the artist, to the brand, to the product. Because it's just all about converting people to believe or to see themselves in something that you're selling to them. It's like saying I drop a song or we drop a movie and it sells now and it gives numbers. Look at Funke Akindele's movie she dropped here recently. That is the success. So every stunt, every strategy that she uses kind of work because she's sold out. So the only way you can monitor is if you're not doing something that brings money immediately is the community. Else is the money. It's the money you make. So if you wake up in the morning and you can charge a 50 million, 30 million for an appearance, for anything, and nobody's struggling to pay that money because they know you deserve that money, then you're successful. Your PR, your PRs, your strategies, your team is doing a good job. If you drop a song and it hits the charts, because in music they call it chart. It hits the charts and it stays there for a longer period, then that means your PR strategy is successful. But at the end of the day, there is no bad PR strategy. It's just that sometimes it does not click. So most times when these guys then come to you and say the idea did not work, I'm sorry, it did not click. But maybe let's try another one again. That's why PR is continuous. You need to just keep working, keep creating, keep adjusting, keep navigating, like you said.
Yeah, like they say to us, I mean, it's an immeasurable, it's an intangible, area. So you just keep going and
keep doing things, keep putting things out.
So now looking at you, I guess that your schedule is always so tight. And do you have time? What time do you have to stay updated on trends, development, and the ever-evolving landscape of your business? What time do you have to do that? Or is it part of it?
I think we are the trends. Most times
you are the trend.
We are the trend. So whatever thing you see out there on social media, on TV,
you create
we create it. A lot of us behind the scenes, we create it. We know where the story is going, or we have a gist behind the scenes. Some of my colleagues call me and say, "Omo, want to do one stunt too? How far? Give us an idea, more run up." And I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's put this. You not see it out there. Yeah, somebody say you don't see them. Now we do one.
Oh my goodness.
Now we sit down for the meeting, put the whole thing together. So a lot of times here. I don't really need to catch those trends. We create them. We kind of like we put pens together. We are like the artists that create those things behind the scene, and other people play the role and act the movie out there. I mean, I send my articles to media houses to put out there as a press statement for an artist. Then it now makes a whole lot of noise, and I'll be actually surprised, like, I did it. I was the one that wrote the angle to all of what is happening. Yeah. So I knew where it was going to get to. So I can't be acting surprised when I see the reactions or I see the feedback, the engagement that comes with such things. So I think I really don't have to chase those trends. I'm always updated by communities of people I hang out with. And then all the most important platforms are ready to click on my phones.
Okay, and finally, you talked about stunts. Sometimes you come up with some things that are not exactly true.
Yeah.
You know, fake marriages, fake relationships, fake accidents. You know, some things happening. Yeah. You know, like the award that Bobrisky just got for being the best dressed woman because, you know, a movie just came out and probably the producer wanted some noise. You know, some of these things that are not, just 1 minute, talk
Don't
talk
tell
about
me you
it.
manage that.
On the contrary, I think she or he might be the most dressed lady out there that night, because trust me, he or she puts a lot of effort in how he's seen out there.
How he or she is seen.
Out there. So I wasn't even arguing it. I wasn't even seeing a stunt until probably the old saga happened recently.
Yeah.
And the lady that owns the movie started begging that, oh, it was a stunt too. We're trying to make noise. So I think also we should be sincere with ourselves. Bobrisky put a lot in his look. So if he had wanted for being a lady, because now I think he has changed his gender, which he comes off as a lady right now in public space. So I think those stunts sometimes also are maybe real things that are being used by other people who are not the real persons who those things are going. So nothing is actually really not visible. It's just that sometimes another person is playing the role of somebody else. So these cases of somebody gets pregnant for an artist and all of that, it happens a whole lot. The industry is filled up with baby mamas. Shout out to Two-Face, who started the whole trend of baby mama in our industry. So it's filled with baby mamas and all of that. So it's not even a new thing. This old DNA thinking, you don't want to know what's going on in the business. A lot of artists, they hang out with multiple girls that they have different things with, and you'll be shocked how these things go on behind the scene.
At the end of the day.
So some of the things are real, but sometimes they are stunts also too, because you letting it go out can be called a stunt. Because a lot of times I mean, Johnny Dre was married for almost a year or two, and nobody knew about it until they decided to let it go. And I'm not shocked. Don Jazzy might be married somewhere with kids.
No, we don't know.
And we don't know about it.
Okay, then let's
When
go
it
into
goes
that
down,
now.
The entertainment world.
Nothing goes. I mean,
Nothing is as real as it is.
Yeah.
Don't let anything sway you.
So, like they say, nothing good comes easy. Not even in entertainment. You must play by the rules of the game, or you pay a huge price. And we've seen that happen so many times.
Yeah, so
Thank you for taking us to such great heights. We hope
Thank
that we'll have another chance to talk about this.
Yeah, you must do allow.
Yes.
excellent job. We wish you all the best as you make stars and mega stars who can hold their candlelight on the world stage. And thank you for coming. Thank you so much. All right, that's been our conversation with Adeyemi Soul Child. It's time to get in. Akinyele Soul Child. Yes, Akinyele Soul Child. It's time to get in shape with Dolly. Do we have time, producer, for that? If we do, let's quickly join Dolly in the gym to shake up some of the excess baggage. All right, we'll be back shortly.